Hey there, Shelley Sanders here, psychic medium, business intuitive, and welcome to True Self Tuesday. So, I am so excited to be with you today because our topic is how to bounce back after a knockdown. So, do me a favor, go ahead and like the page so you'll know when I'm going live, and then also share this with someone that's going through a tough time because I have three simple tips that will help you to bounce back. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So, again, the topic is how to bounce back after a knockdown. So, super important on this conversation because 2020 is all about uncertainty, not quite getting your footing right. And you may have been in a situation where you've had some plans for this year that you were really excited about, but because of the pandemic, it may feel like that the rug was pulled from under you. And so now those plans that you had, now you'll have to put them on hold. So we want to talk about maybe some situations that have come up for you and then what you can do in order to bounce back. So, in talking about a knockdown, maybe you have been in an apartment for a long time and you've been really looking forward to getting a home of your own. You've qualified, you've been house hunting, you've saved up your money, and you've been house hunting and just really narrowing down where you want to stay. But with the uncertainty of the economy and the uncertainty of the job, it may have caused you to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and then put that dream on hold until there's some more stability. Because maybe the last thing that you want is to jump into a brand new responsibility of a mortgage and everything that goes along with that in order to have some uncertainty in your money. So for you, that may have shown up as a knockdown because you're now disappointed because you can't move forward. It could also show up as in planning a wedding. And maybe your wedding was this year in 2020. You got the invitations out, you picked out the flowers, the venue, everything was just running beautifully. You got your photographer and your videographer. And, now with the restrictions of how many people can join, that's also has put a damper on things. And so maybe it's caused you to postpone. It could show up for you in the form of a relationship that, maybe you were in a relationship, where you're married and you took those vows for better, for worse, and you saw yourself growing old together. But, during this time of spending a lot of time together, you start to realize that there were some cracks in the relationship that has not been repaired, and there were some things that maybe you were ignoring and it was keeping you together because you were ignoring it, but now that you've been in such close quarters, you can't help but to see it. And so you might see yourself doing like an uncoupling, and some people are even doing a conscious uncoupling where they're, trying to make it for the best and highest good of all concerned without a lot of drama, but just saying, you know what, that's it. It's time for us to separate. So if you find yourself in any of these situations, these could be a knock. This could be considered a knockdown for you. So in order to get that bounce back, the first thing is it's all about mindset. So you don't want to hold on to this one thing that happened that you perceived as being negative or maybe unfair and then stretching it out. So what I mean by stretching it out is telling the story over and over of how things are not fair and that things never quite work out for you and that you wish things would go better, but you just can't seem to catch a break. So every time that you tell something over and over again, you add power to it and you add energy to it. And every time you tell people how life isn't fair, then really that's what you're sending out as a vibration to the universe. And because your mouth has creative power, you have to think of yourself as a beacon that as what you feel and believe, it vibrates out to the universe, and then the universe vibrates it back to you. So if you always feel like that you can't catch a break, then that is what you're going to experience. But most importantly, you want to know that whatever you're going through, it is one moment in time. It does not mean that it's going to be forever for the rest of your life. Hey, ladies, so good to see you. Hey, Deborah, thanks for coming. It's so good to see you. So, you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in a victim role, because and you also want to watch out for words that you use. So if you use words like always, watch what you're saying behind that. If something good happens and you said, oh, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, or if you talk about one step forward, two steps back, you're adding energy to that and you're adding fuel to it, and then you're going to start to receive back all of the negative things that you don't want to receive. So just know that you have creative power. What you speak about comes back to you, and you want to make sure that you remain positive, and just know over your lifespan, this is one incident in time and it's not going to last forever. Now, sometimes the reason that we might experience that knockdown is because we're off track. Maybe your soul's been trying to get in touch with you, your spirit team, to kind of get you on the right track. You haven't been paying attention, you haven't been listening, so they had to kind of, give you that knockdown in order to course correct you. Because maybe you might be in a situation where you're dimming your light and your purpose is to shine it brightly for others, so that you can answer your soul's call and do what you're born to do. The second thing that's going to help you with your bounce back is listening to your intuition. So you might wonder, okay, well, what's the difference between that loud talk in my head and then actual intuition? So the loud talk in your head, that comes through as negative. It tells you what you can't do, that you'll never make it, that you'll always struggle, that no one's been able to do this before. Who do you think you are? It's just no way that it can ever happen. So anytime that you feel bad, or if it's something, conversation that's keeping you small, constrained, little to no movement, that is the negative chatter in your head. That is not your spirit guides. That's not your higher self. Yes. And thanks, Deborah. Deborah says raising the vibration. So yes, it's all about raising your vibration, because when you do raise your vibration, you get off of that mental plane with all that negative chatter. And then that's how you're able to connect into your spirit team, your soul higher self, that's going to help you. So you know that when you're listening to your intuition, it's whisper soft, so it's very subtle, so you really have to pay attention, because that loud talk is so loud it gets the majority of our attention. But it's when you're in that quiet place that it's like, oh, what was that? And then clairaudiently you might get something, or you might feel something clairsentiently, like maybe you want to take an action and you don't know why you want to do it, but you just feel the nudge to do it. That's your intuition, because your spirit team, they know why you're here. They know your soul's purpose. They know your life purpose. They know what you're here to do, and they're trying to guide you on that path. It's our responsibility to make quiet time enough to understand the difference of when we're receiving the intuition and then taking inspired action on it. So that leads me to tip 3 that's going to help you with your bounce back, and that's taking inspired action. So the inspired action is based off of intuition. So maybe it's something that might scare you. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, maybe you need to take a class where you can speak in front of people so you can feel more comfortable and confident, because maybe you're meant to help women out there. Maybe you're meant to help women and children, but before you can help them, they need to be able to hear your voice. And if you're shy and if you don't like to speak up, it may require you taking a class or two in order to stand up. It may be that you want to help with put homeless shelters together, but before you can start meeting with people, it's going to require you to network in order to say what you do and how you do it and what you're passionate about. But if you got that negative talk in your head, it's not going to allow you to do that. So if you're getting guided to take a workshop, or if you're getting guided to take a class, then go ahead and do that, because your spirit team knows that that's going to help you on your journey. So the inspired action is what helps you get to the next level. All right. So I hope that those tips really helped you out. And again, just to recap of how you can begin to bounce back after you were knocked down is check out the mindset. Make sure that you're not continuously talking about the negative place that you're in because you don't want to drag that out. Again, you want to be able to listen to your intuition and know the difference between your intuition and that negative talk. And then three, you want to take the inspired action based on your intuition because your intuition will always give you the information that's in your best and highest good for yourself and then the best and highest good for those that are around you that you're here to help out. So I hope that you enjoyed those tips. So let me just share with you what I have coming up. I actually have a couple of things. So if you are interested in mediumship, maybe you're a brand new medium and you get a little bit of information, but you're not quite sure what to do with it. Maybe the information comes in for you all at once. You might be looking to get some structure around it so you can understand what you're getting and what to do with it. I have a free online masterclass coming up and it's called Developing Mediumship. So it's on Thursday, September 17th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the 5 steps of mediumship. I'm going to share with you how you can hold your link so that you can get continuous information. I'm going to also show you this 2-step process that I do in order to get relationships. So you'll know if you have a man coming through or a woman, or if it's dad or granddad, is it a brother or uncle. So we're going to go over that so you can get more of an understanding of what you're getting and how you're getting it. And then I'm also going to do some mini readings live while we're together. So the URL to join us on that is mediumship.eventbrite.com. And I've also added it here in the post so you can just click the link and sign up. And again, it's free. The second thing that I have coming up is if you like online not development, but if you like online messages where we bring through messages from the other side. So Clayton Silva and I were getting together on October 24th, and we do have early bird tickets available. So we will be bringing through messages from the other side. We're going to have so much fun. And if you like that, the URL to join us is csmessages.eventbrite.com. And I've also added the link into the body for you to join us. So I hope that you enjoyed these tips. I'm so excited that you were able to join us live. Take care and have a great day. Bye, guys.